Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday night, and you know what that means?
Wednesday.
The Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast, AEW Dynamite Review. It is your boy, the franchise player, Double B Bad Blood, joined by that dude in the chair right there, Mr. Shane Husky. Shane, what is up tonight, man?
Pretty good. I had my first hype train yesterday on Twitch. It was pretty amazing.
I have no fucking idea what that means.
Well, basically, it's when people throws biddies, meaning like donating to your channel and everything.
Oh, so
And
somebody was throwing all the cheese, all the money, all the cheddar, all that ching, that con
pretty
coins.
much, yeah. And
Okay.
it continues until everybody just stops, and it'll give you a level of a hype train of 1 to 5, and mine was like at a level 2 and everything. It was just people going back and forth of a bidding war and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how much money did you make off that hype train?
Uh, Total it came down to $21.
Wow. And how
Yeah,
long was it going?
and it was about going on for about like 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, well, shit. Okay. So you made
Yeah,
$20 in 5 minutes.
yeah,
That's more than some people make at McDonald's in an hour.
right.
Good shit, man. Good shit. Well,
Yeah,
speaking of good shit,
good shit.
AEW Dynamite showed up tonight and they showed out right from the start. Tag Team Battle Royal. The winners of the Tag Team Battle Royals will be the first team in a triple threat tag team match at
First of
Revolution.
two.
The first of two, that's right. At Revolution for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, currently held by Jungle Boy and the Dinosaur Luchasaurus.
Oranges. That.
That's all he fucking says, man. Like that, he's a what does he say?
It's his favorite
I,
fruit. Damn it.
well, I mean, yeah, I thought Orange Cassidy was his favorite fruit.
Can you say? Mangoes? Ah.
Jesus Christ.
Pineapple. Ah.
So the tag team battle royal just it shows the depth of how deep the AEW tag team roster is,
Yes.
man. I kind of called it. I knew Red Dragon and the Bucks were going to be in the end, so to speak. But what I didn't expect is for John Silver to go so ham.
Yeah. Johnny
Oh, John
Hungy
Silver.
was going
Johnny
pretty
Hungy
hard in
was
that
on it.
match. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Hungy was all about that life. So I mean, it was a really good tag team battle royal. It ended with which was really funny because Bobby Fish had been eliminated and he had hidden under the ring.
Oh yeah. People were like, "Where
And
did he come from?"
yeah, they were like, "Where the hell did he come from?" He just rolled from under the ring and he gave the stiffest kick. The
He
stiffest kick.
did.
Oh my god,
Oh.
dude. Um,
And there was also at the point of the match where like Nick or Matt Jackson and Kyle O'Reilly was working together,
yeah,
and freaking uh and Kyle O'Reilly was like, "Psych, not working with you."
it was just funny because way he kicked the shit out of Dax's leg and Dax hit the ground and just looked up like fuck, you know.
he landed wrong too.
He did. Oh my, it was a stiff ass kick too, man. It
It
was
was
real stiff.
it was
But
so
but
stiff.
but Kyle O'Reilly and Dax Harwood were fucking each other up on the apron, man.
Yes,
Like
they
those are
were.
some stiff shots. Those were not worked. Those are non WWE shots. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. But it ended up being the Young Bucks were eliminated, Dark Order were eliminated. The winners were Red Dragon. The Bucks immediately came back down and were like, "Yo, what the hell was that all about?"
What was that?
So dissension in the rankings. Um, there was
And
something that was talked about earlier this week that I want to kind of bring up.
okay.
So Switchblade Jay White made his AEW debut. Now the next night on Impact Wrestling, Switchblade Jay White turned on God,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
and then they
I
reunited. He
saw that.
reunited with Gallows and Anderson, and he basically brought them back into the Bullet Club.
Brought them back because God was like the whole entire course of like 2 to 3 years. God's like, nah, man, we don't want those guys in it. Just basically just tell them to f off. We don't want them.
Yeah, they were beefing the whole time.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, but what I'm getting at is like this. Look, so Jay White tagged a picture on Twitter. He tagged the Bucks with the caption of him beating up the turn on God. So can you imagine? And Jim Ross kind of slipped and said something about a trios match
Yep.
at Revolution. We'll get to that later. But do you think that with the Red Dragon Red Dragon, Adam Cole alliance with the Bucks. Hopefully with Kenny coming back and with Switchblade and the Impact Tag Team Champions, Gallows and Anderson, all in one cohesive like 6-man unit. And then you got Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Christian. You got
Oh man.
any variation of the Dark Order.
And can you imagine if all of the Boulder Clubs were tag team champion, have a freebird rule of
That's what I'm
anyone?
saying. Can you imagine
Oh.
the trios title tournament? Man. And we got a date for we got the Owen Hart Cup. We knew when that's going to happen. You know, Revolution is right around the corner 2 weeks from now.
The
I'm
day
thinking about
before
doing this.
2K22.
I'm thinking about doing this, ladies and gentlemen. Revolution's on a Sunday. So obviously
Sunday.
BCW Worldwide is on Sunday. But Revolution starts at, I think, at what, 4?
Yeah, 4.
Maybe I can talk to the powers that be at BCW. We can throw a Revolution party.
Revolution Party.
BCW Wrestling, AEW Live.
AEW Live. Oh my goodness.
Interesting. So we go to, after this match, Hangman Adam Page comes down to the ring and commenced to beating the shit out of Red Dragon. The Bucks were like, hey, have at it.
Do it.
So do you think that means that the Bucks are kind of like, I mean, we've already seen the Bucks and Adam Page kind of like, when the whole thing with Kenny Omega happened, like, yeah, we forgive you. Like, I forgive you guys. We kind
I
of
don't
seen that a little
really
bit.
think that's the point because one, they're still kind of ticked off at Hangman for not wanting like to be in the elite anymore, and because they're having a feud with Kyle and Bobby, they're just like, you know what, we don't care about it. That this is your thing. Just have at it. We're still mad at you, but go ahead and beat the ass.
I kind of get that, I kind of get that, but you got to think about it like this too. The storylines that AEW put together are actual storylines that last and they go for a long time.
Yeah.
So this
AEW
storyline with
doesn't
him
think we're
started like
stupid.
him not thinking like Adam Cole or Adam Page not thinking he was good enough to be in the elite. That's where the whole thing started. So
Yep.
if you really think about it, he's basically just proved that he can be in the elite. Everyone that's been in the elite has been a world champion.
Everyone.
Except for Adam Cole right now.
Except for Adam Cole, yeah.
So speaking of Adam Cole comes down to the ring, which is really funny because Hangman Adam Page sits in the ring and says, how about story time with Adam Page, baby?
He stole Adam Cole's shit, and you can tell in Adam Cole's language, he's like, you're stealing my shit.
Red Dragon was getting pissed. They were like, that's copyright infringement. It's so funny.
Damn it.
But basically, it just advanced their match for Revolution, which is going to make this match even more exciting. And the Revolution card is taking like,
it's
man,
stacked.
it's getting super
really
stacked. I mean,
yeah.
I'm talking about more stacked than that Elimination Chamber bullshit we saw the other day.
Oh, man. I mean, the Elimination Chamber, I didn't mind it. I only liked the Elimination Chamber match and the spot
I
at
didn't
the
like
end.
any of the match, any of those. I mean, the women's Elimination Chamber match was probably the best.
Yes. And poor Austin Theory.
So we cut to Tony Schiavone with Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson is facing Daniel Garcia in the main event tonight, and he basically calls out Daniel Garcia, and he talks about 2.0. Says that Daniel Garcia,
the Vulcan Skull of AEW.
Yeah. Says Daniel Garcia is way better than both those guys, which is true. He's way better than both those guys. 2.0.
You don't need to be aligned with your fathers. Like, come on now.
But so after that, out came MJF. Wow, man. I gotta say this. MJF had me going for a second.
Yeah. People were still booing him. A lot of people on Twitter said, okay, so they're booing him with the real sob story. And I said it, that is not usual for his character to be telling this thing or cutting this type of promo. And people are just so confused on how to feel right now about MJF.
Well, okay, so they were confused about how they were confused about MJF, but he touched on a lot of like serious topics like bullying.
Oh yeah, how he was thrown,
race discrimination.
Yep.
Like he brought like this whole thing was really
it actually got me. Yeah.
It was real intense. And I said this on Twitter. And I don't think anybody picked up on it, but a few people like retweeted, but imagine this: when CM Punk came out, like he wasn't pissed.
He was just like in shock.
I mean, he was like, "What the fuck?" You can see him say that,
Yeah,
but the way it was brought out, people were booing Punk.
they
I
were.
I think that made Punk the bad guy.
It was like, yeah, you jerk. How can you do that to MJF? He looked up to you.
Like he was like, "You left me." I mean, it was almost like a scorned lover, so to speak. He's like, "You left me," and blah blah blah. And I'm thinking to
In
myself, "Wow."
2014.
And he was crying, like, dude, I'll tell you right now,
Oh,
MJF, the best heel in professional wrestling currently right now.
and comparing cry on cue. Dang.
He cried on cue, which was on point.
Hard,
Like that, it
hard
was.
to do.
Yeah, man, trust me, it's hard to do. So, um, one of the things that I liked about this whole promo was that it felt real.
It
It
did.
didn't feel like scripted. It didn't feel like, okay, you're gonna trip over your lines. It's not like one of those Liv Morgan promos where you can see her reading the cue cards.
I'm gonna beat you, Becky
You know
Lynch.
exactly. It looked real.
Yeah.
So I mean,
The tension in his voice, the way that he was screaming and shouting, it got real personal on that promo.
it did. It got super personal, which made it like real, in my
Yeah.
opinion. They made it really, really, um, like it made it worth like watching. You know what I mean? Um, so then we get to the next thing. The next segment was an actual match. The House of Black
Oh man, that Halo
versus
theme song
Penta and Pac, or the Bastard Pack, as they say.
and the
Um,
newly reformed Penta.
okay, so Penta came out and his Penta El Orozco gimmick. I guess it was like Penta of um, the Death Rider.
Yeah.
Um, that was his gimmick at Lucha Underground, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and I was happy that he brought that gimmick in. I am a huge Lucha Underground fan. I love Lucha Underground. Every match was different. All the stories had its own arc, and man, I wish there would have been a Lucha Underground season 4.
Well, they were supposed to be a four, but
Yeah, money and situation issues. Damn it. And the whole glove of the gauntlet thing. That was my favorite thing of all time. I was like, oh man, well, who's gonna get the gauntlet and the glove next?
man. Um. So yeah, I mean, it was an interesting match.
It was.
The tag spots awesome. These four guys work so well together. And there was a spot.
Road and King flew.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Brody King always flies. Brody King's a big ass cruiserweight. That's what I say.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh, Brody
but
King versus Keith Lee.
yeah, that's gonna be some big meaty men
Ooh,
slapping meat right there.
yes.
But during this match, Penta goes. I mean, Malachi goes to spit the mist, and Penta puts his hand over his mouth and he
Like that.
swallows the mist, and he's on the ground freaking out, rolling around like trying to cough it up. Um, so if he swallows this mist, does that make him more evil? Does that
Hmm.
make him more like it's gonna fuck up his throat now, like it did his eye? Like, what's the gimmick there?
Yeah, and could be more evil. I would love to see a more psychopathic Malachi Black just kicking everyone backstage for no reason.
Well, there won't be no kicking anybody backstage, but I will tell you this: during this match, when it was over and the bell was ringing so long, like, I don't know if it took this guy a long time to get his shit together or what, but the lights go off and it's like I'm like, wow, they've been off for like two
And I was like, oh
minutes.
my god, today's the day that Wyndham Rotunda will be in AEW.
And the lights come back
Today's
on,
the
and it's
day.
fucking Buddy Matthews. Buddy
Oh my
Matthews
god.
looking so swole, super stacked. The dude
He
is
looking
gained like 20 pounds of muscle. He just he just looks like a big old
he looking
beef
jacked.
beast. He looks super jacked. So Black looks shocked. And Buddy looks at Black. He looks at Penta. He looks at Pac. He looks at Brody, and he turns his back to Black, and he just goes and he attacks Penta on the ground. Then he
Just like
attacks
that.
Pac on the ground, and he turns around and you look at him, and he smiles a little bit, and then they go to attack some more.
Oh
So
man.
the rumors are true. Sean Ross Sapp reported it.
Hey
People were
man.
talking about it
And
on
Sean
Fightful
Ross
last week.
Sapp, we trust.
Yeah, they were talking about it last week that they were looking at the silhouette. People were blowing up the silhouette of the video that the Malachi Black cut last week. So basically, what it is Buddy Matthews was there. Buddy Matthews showed up, and he is now the third member of the House of Black. So there's another trios team that can go for a trios title if AEW decides to pull the
And
trigger.
there was a tweet that I saw that said, "Why is Buddy Matthew in there? He doesn't have any tattoos or doesn't feel gothic like." And he was saying how visually it doesn't make sense for the group, but he got it because him and Malachi are closest friends. But he still doesn't get it about why like another person with tattoos is in the group and everything.
Well, I'm glad he debuted. Speaking
Yeah,
of debuts,
debuts.
the Pacific Northwest has another person. And I ain't talking about Nick Wayne.
Nick
Talking about
Wayne's
someone
great.
that's going to be debuting and signed a contract already.
Yeah.
And that is Swerve.
Whose house?
Obviously, AEW is going to be Swerve's house.
Whose house?
Fresh off the run with Hit Row, your boy Swerve is now part of AEW. Now, does that mean Top Dollar? AJ Francis? Does that mean
Didn't Top Dollar said AEW sucked?
No, AEW said that Top Dollar sucked. Shout out to my boy AJ Francis. I don't know if he's if they're mending fences or whatnot, but your boy Swerve is there.
Yeah, Swerve.
Swerve is in a spot right now where he can completely shine. Like this is going to be one of the best places. I mean, imagine Swerve versus Pac.
Or Buddy
Swerve
Matthews.
versus Penta.
Buddy
Imagine
Matthews
Swerve versus Buddy Matthews.
Yeah.
Swerve versus Daniel Garcia.
Swerve versus Bryan Danielson.
Swerve versus Sammy Guevara.
Ooh. Swerve versus Ricky Starks.
Swerve versus Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
Swerve. Speaking of Ricky Starks, tonight Ricky Starks took on 10 in a face of the elimination qualifier.
Not happy about this match.
I'm sorry. A face of the Revolution ladder match qualifier. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Yeah, they gotta fight to get into that golden 9 ring. Come on
now. Starks held his own. 10. Preston Vance, one of the very best wrestlers in the AEW right now. Currently one of the head coaches over at the Nightmare Factory.
Wow. Is that because Cody Rhodes left? Is Cody Rhodes still in charge of that?
He's always been part of that. But today they mentioned something on the listing your boy with Sean Ross Sapp and Jimmy Van. It would be very interesting if Cody Rhodes does sign with WWE and is still running the Nightmare Factory, which is the place where the AEW's up and coming talent are training.
Yeah, that could be the newest place for the WWE developmental, since like the the CWC is no longer a thing anymore, the Performance Center.
Well, I'm gonna give you a quick hot take. I'm just gonna say this right now. Don't at me on Twitter. Well, you know what? Fuck it. At me on Twitter. Go.
You always say that. You always say don't at me, but then at me.
Yeah, because I like the confrontation there. I like to shut people up. So here's the thing. Cody Rhodes is not going to WWE. Okay, he's not going to WWE for 3 reasons. 1.
So you two think it's a work, huh?
His show, Go Big or Go Home, is on TBS.
Yes.
If anything, the Turner Broadcasting Networks Warner Media aren't going to let Cody go.
No.
That's such a high-rated show. They're not going to let Cody go. So I think that Cody need to sit down with Warner Media and work this shit out, because all he wanted was some CM Punk money. I get it. He feels that, hey man, I've done everything that CM Punk said he was going to do, and I'm not getting the push. Whatever. Ricky Starks is a Cody Rhodes guy. Preston Vance is a Cody Rhodes guy.
Cody Rhodes guy.
So I mean,
Hook is a Cody Rhodes guy.
Hook is a Cody Rhodes guy, believe it or not.
Send Hook.
Yeah, someone send Hook. But the winner of this Face of the Revolution match was, of course, Ricky Starks. And he is now part of the big beefy men slapping meat match that currently has Powerhouse Hobbs. That has that has Keith Lee. It
Bask in his glory.
has who?
Bask in his glory.
Oh, so you got Keith Lee, you got Powerhouse Hobbs, you got Ricky Starks, and you got who's the fourth guy? Who's the fourth guy?
Wardlow.
Wardlow.
I mean, they need somebody to powerbomb 10 times.
Like I said, they need someone to toss around like a salad.
And Olive
So
Garden.
yeah, next week, Orange Cassidy is in the Face of the Revolution match. So if Orange Cassidy, let's say Orange Cassidy wins, right?
Right.
There's five guys.
Cinco.
There's 6 guys for this ladder match, right?
Did they even really confirm how many are going to be in there?
There's always 6 guys in the Face of the Revolution
6.
ladder match.
Okay, then yeah.
So if 5 guys qualify, then I have a 6th match qualifier. Heel Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
I mean, think about it like this. Cody Rhodes. You know what? Let me do this. Let me. I'm gonna make this special. Okay.
special.
Make this special because this is how I feel about it. And you can at me on Twitter. We can go at it. I'll give you the straight up whatever. What's up?
He likes the heat on Twitter.
That's why I said Cody Rhodes is staying with AEW. Okay. Yeah, I said it.
Staying.
Cody is staying with AEW.
But-
He's not going anywhere.
But I
He's not
want
gone.
him in WWE.
No, I know what wants you. Look. Here's the thing. Cody Rhodes is people on Twitter hate Cody. Oh, Cody fucking sucks. Oh,
No.
the Codyverse, this, that. You know, Cody,
The
blah, blah,
Cody
blah.
verse.
You know, Cody never did this. Cody never did that. Well, here's the thing.
No.
Cody did everything he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Okay? There was been some drama with Cody and the Bucks and with Kenny Omega. Even Omega said to him, Cody and the Bucks, they all had a different vision of what AEW was going to be.
Yeah. It's okay
Cody
to
has
have
always
different
been-
ideas.
Cody has always been the face of AEW. In a sense, Cody's been like the John Cena of AEW. He's been the spokesperson. He's been the guy. He may not be like the guy, like talent-wise and all that other bullshit, but Cody's name is synonymous with AEW. He is one of the creators. He's one of the founders. He's one of the guys that pulled up, believe it or not, he's one of those guys that did a lot of work. He's involved in the AEW community outreach programs. Like, Cody's a good fucking dude.
Yeah.
Okay. The Bucks are the guys that really did all the legwork when it came to building AEW. I'm not gonna lie about that. The Bucks did that shit. But Cody was a very major part of this whole scenario.
And Kenny is the one who always found the talent, correct?
Kenny always worked with the Joshis.
Yes.
Kenny always booked the women's matches. Kenny was the video game guy. Kenny is hands on with a lot of other things. Okay. So Cody is not going because we all know Vince McMahon is a vindictive motherfucker.
Yeah.
If you go back after you left WWE, you went and built a company to rival WWE. You beat WWE at their own game on Wednesday nights. You beat them at their own game to the point where they changed their shit to Tuesday nights.
No, they didn't switch it because they lost. They switched it because of
whatever.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is this. Cody Rhodes went and did what Vince McMahon said. You are not a main event talent guy. Cody was like, yeah, fuck you. Watch this. Cody went and became a main event guy.
He literally did though.
Cody is so over right now. Be it love him or hate him. He is so over right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand what I'm saying here. Cody Rhodes is so over that a man who hasn't wrestled a wrestling match in 19 years, a man who is synonymous with WrestleMania main events, with the highest selling, the highest grossing WWE athlete in the whole history. I'm not talking about fucking Hulk Hogan, ladies and gentlemen. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
He is. There's a story about Stone Cold Steve Austin returning to wrestling after 19 years. That's bigger than CM Punk. 19 years, ladies and gentlemen.
That was the last match that I saw him at WrestleMania 19.
Think about this. I want you to think about this. 19 years. Okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin, universally loved, globally loved, one of the biggest megastars in professional wrestling. No one is talking about Steve Austin returning. Every comment, every website you go to, you can type in Stone Cold Steve Austin on returning, and when you do that, articles with fucking Cody Rhodes are going to eclipse that. That is how over Cody Rhodes is right now. So you know what Cody is doing? Cody is being smart. He is leveraging the fuck out of this whole thing.
Hmm.
Think about this. Just think about it. Cody is so smart that now when you didn't want to give him CM Punk money, Cody is now the most talked about wrestler in the world.
And honestly, I think this is what his plan was of saying he doesn't want to be a heel. I think this is the most heelish thing that he could ever done.
This is not no. Why is this heel?
And it
Why is
kind of
he?
is.
Why is it a heel thing? Because Cody didn't want to settle for fucking. Let's say, oh hey Shane, I know
What?
you're so globally over, and the world is like you're so like you're so out. You're mainstream. You're getting out there. Like you've built this company, and we're
Yeah.
gonna give you $1 million a year.
I mean, hey, $1 million, I'll still
The
take it.
WWE is like, hey, if you come over here, we'll give you $5 million a year. If
Fuck it.
Cody was really going to go to the WWE, if he really was going to leave, remember, Cody has been working without a contract since December 31st.
True.
So without a contract means he can go literally on the January 1st. He could have showed up on day one.
Yeah,
He could
he
have
could
been in
have.
WWE already. Fuck all the
Yeah.
waiting. He could have already been gone.
Yeah, but he chose not to. He chose to
The
stay.
point I'm making is he chose to stay. Why? Because he's not fucking going anywhere.
No, he's not.
In business, this is called leveraging.
Yes.
He's basically putting out there, hey, I want this much money. And Tony Khan's probably like, Cody, I love you, man. But right now, your stock isn't so high. Really? Check out every fucking news story on wrestling right now. What is it about? Where's Cody Rhodes going? Is Cody in the WWE? Sean Ross Sapp said it today. He has contacted people within the WWE, and they're like, it would be cool if Cody was here. Not, it's so cool that Cody is here.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
And now all these stories are coming out. Oh, this guy didn't like Cody. Oh, that guy didn't like Cody. Oh, they didn't like Brandy.
That's a ringside news thing to have
But
about.
think about that. Think about it. If you go on Reddit right now, what's the most number one story you'll see on Reddit?
Cody,
Cody.
mainly.
If you go on Twitter, same thing. Cody.
YouTube to watch Great One, Just Alex, or anything. What are
Cody.
they going to talk about? Cody.
Everything is Cody right now.
Yeah.
So Cody's not going anywhere. And the Roads to the Top show,
Roads to
I
the
don't
top.
know. I wasn't so much into that. But if you follow Cody on Twitter, Cody's trolling the shit out of everybody. And all these cute little fucking things that WWE did yesterday or on the pay per view and on Raw,
On Raw,
and they were like, "Oh
Miss
yeah,
Sherlin,
um, my opponent is dashing and all this other
dashing.
bullshit." Come on, man.
Mhm.
If he goes back to WWE, you know what's gonna happen? He's gonna be dashing Stardust,
Dashing Stardust.
or he might be the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes,
Might
and
be.
he might do. But I want you to think about this too. Cody has spent the last 3 years in AEW. 3 years.
3 years.
And subtly, he has been
Suddenly.
he has been talking so much shit about WWE. I want you to think about that. He's been talking so much shit about WWE. No one pays attention. The
No.
breaking of the throne and all this other bullshit. Yeah, that was shit talking WWE.
Oh, yeah. I searched on Twitter right now, and there's been Cody Rhodes' tweets in the last hour.
Exactly. And Cody Rhodes put a tweet out earlier. He was like, "Yeah, I grew a goatee, and my wife thinks that my wife doesn't like it." Really? That's the biggest. Like that's your fucking topic today?
Right.
Like, dude, he's trolling the fuck out of everyone. Cody is so smart.
Smart man.
One of the smartest dudes you'll ever fucking meet.
Yeah.
So he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going
No.
nowhere. I just had to get that out of my system because I've been hearing it all fucking day long. Every time I turn around, it's Cody's leaving. Cody is not going nowhere. Okay.
But what if he does?
Well, then if he does, I mean,
What if
if
he
he
does?
if he shows up, he won't be in WWE for long.
No.
I mean, why go somewhere where and people, I don't think people understand why go somewhere where you were treated like shit. Why
Well,
go
you're not
somewhere?
Yeah, why would you go somewhere where literally you were supposed to be treated a legend like his late great father, and just went all backwards with it.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man.
Cody was supposed to become WWE champion. Damn it.
I'm a realist. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a realist. Like I'm not like Johnny fanboy over here. I'm a realist. I know not only am I a wrestler and I'm in this industry, but I kind of know what I'm fucking talking about. So we will see.
We will
Cody's
see.
not going anywhere. I'm willing to put money on it.
We will see.
We will see. And keep in mind, I'm the predictions champion here, so I kind of fucking know what I'm talking about. So then we go to that bitch show, the
Oh,
TBS
that bitch
Championship.
show.
Jay Cargill versus the Bunny.
The bunny.
Okay, this match was
Eh?
it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the best ladies match I've ever seen,
No.
um, but it was a match.
It was alright.
It was well produced.
Um, there was a botch in there with
There
the
were a
ref.
couple botches, so I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
there. I was being nice, but like I said, it was.
It was mainly Aubrey's thing. That was it. She almost counted to three, but then she stopped, and it was like
And you
two.
know how I feel about Aubrey.
Quit hating on Aubrey.
It's not it's not hating on Aubrey. It's the fucking truth, man. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so classic example. Jay Cargill gets in the ring, right?
Yes.
And she goes face to face with the bunny. Who has to jump right in there?
Aubrey.
Who
Yeah,
tried
I
to
saw
steal the
that.
heat? Who tried to steal the heat from that moment?
Yep, Aubrey. She was like trying to get in their faces. I just saw that.
Now here's the thing. I want you guys to pay attention to this because I don't want you guys to think that I'm being an Aubrey hater. If you watch every other fucking referee, the referees are not the center of the whole situation.
They are not.
The referees play their part, and that's it.
As
Aubrey, on the other
long
hand, she needs to be the star of the situation. She's got to be like fucking T Rex, all up in there selling your merch and shit. You know, doing all of this shit. And I'm like,
as
come
long
on.
as the wrestlers ask you to, hey, do you want to be a part of this and this, then yeah, absolutely.
I just don't understand it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyway, this match, Jay Cargill versus Bunny, it was actually a really good match. It was overshadowed by the referee a little bit, but it was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. One of those matches you think is gonna be crap, and it turns out to be really good. Jay Cargill gets the win. Um, but I don't understand why Jim Ross called her the undefeated AEW champion. I was like, wait a second, dude. She's the TBS champion. You can't, you know,
Uh,
whatever.
I didn't realize he said that, but
I
wow.
realized I was starting to tweet. I started to tweet out, okay, Jim Ross, wrong champion. Um, but then Jay Cargill gets on the mic and she's like, pull her best Goldberg. She's like, who's next? As
Oh man, the
a matter of fact,
female.
who's next? Who's last or whatever, whatnot. I immediately said, yep. Remember that conversation we had on Monday about Jay Cargill being the female Goldberg?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
practically pretty much is. Huh?
Yeah. So after that, we get Ty Conti.
Ty
Ty
Conti.
Conti. I love her. I love
Ty.
her promo skills because like she has like such a strong accent. She was like, I'm gonna be the one bitch that beats you. She drops the mic and she runs down there. She
Did
slides
she say
in
that
and
Revolution as well? Did she
yeah,
say
but
that?
so no, Jim Ross said those championship matches go be at Revolution. Jay Cargo didn't accept. I mean, I don't understand.
No, she didn't.
There wasn't even a challenge made for that
I
night. It could have
mean,
been for
I
next
could
week.
see it be for Rampage
Who knows?
before. Yeah.
Who fucking knows? But anyway, we're gonna have that match. That's gonna be a match. That's gonna be a match. Man,
Jim Ross. Silly.
JR. I don't know what to say about him sometimes.
Yep, and also we had a backstage segment with Keith Lee, who was about to talk up of his face of the Revolution ladder match, but Ricky Starks interrupted Keith Lee, and
His Texas drawl, like,
yeah,
like, yeah, I know we been in the same places. I know where you came from. I was
like
like,
literally Keith Lee is like
wow,
the only person I only know here is Ricky Starks and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, you're the only one person that I know too. But I'm still gonna kick your ass in that ladder match.
yeah. And then you got to side, they size each other up.
Uh-huh.
Powerhouse
Ricky Starks
Hobbs and Ricky Starks,
trying to
and
pull his best big man impression.
yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I'm going to tell you, I'm worried about Ricky Starks because he did have a broken neck,
Yes.
and being in this match with all these big beefy men who are going to be slapping all types of meat, beating each other with ladders, it's going to be a very very stiff
He's gonna
match
get
right there.
power bomb. He's gonna get freaking power slammed so many times. It's gonna be unreal. They're gonna just be bullying on poor old Ricky Starks and that.
Poor Ricky
that
Starks.
You're like, hey, we need a small dude in there to throw around. And then Ricky Starks is like, shit. That'll be me.
Man. So before we go any further, let's go to a quick commercial break because I want to go in depth before with this main event match because
Yeah.
that's the match that everyone's waiting to talk about. So,
Yeah. Wait a minute.
so we will be right back with more of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules...
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
And we are back once again, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Are you ready for this, Shane?
I'm ready.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
I am so ready. Are you ready for this?
I am so ready for this, man. I've been waiting to talk about this all friggin' night long.
Oh my god.
This match kicked all the ass.
It sure
I
did.
mean, we're talking about Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson. Look, Bryan Danielson basically said earlier this week, well, a couple weeks ago, that he wanted to fight all the top guys, all the
Yes,
top
he
young
did.
guys. He picked out Lee Moriarty.
And now
He picked out who else did he pick up besides Garcia? I think who else he picked out.
shoot.
He picked out Garcia too. And Jesus Christ. Him and Lee Moriarty had a match last week. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. It was violent.
It was pretty violent and technical.
So he just basically said again, yo, I want a violent match. Can you show me the violence? And believe it or not, Garcia showed the violence.
He did.
Oh my God.
There was that
They were
one
so
point in the match
stiff.
where I thought Daniel Garcia was gonna choke slam Bryan Danielson. because he grabbed the throat. It was like, there's no way he's gonna do a choke slam.
I tell you, and Garcia got out of the cattle mutilation.
Nobody gets
He got out of it twice.
out. And twice.
They do that. Brian Danielson went for the triangle sleeper. He got out of it again.
Yep.
Like, dude, this shotgun drop kicks, just leg locks, just great technical chain wrestling. There was one spot where Garcia, where Daniel Bryan ripped into the ropes. Garcia hits him, drops down, hits him with a shoulder block on his ankle.
Yep.
And dude, this was the stiffest.
This
match.
was a pretty stiff hitting match.
Yeah, this was like that match he had with oh god, with Minoru Suzuki.
Yes, that was stiff.
Like
and that
they
was pretty
beat
brutal.
the shit out of each other just like that. It was so, oh my god, it was so stiff.
Stiff.
I mean, we talk about big meaty men slapping meat.
Big meaty men.
How about
slapping
these young
meat.
guys, these small guys that are so stiff with each other that, man, they brought the violence. That's all I gotta say. They
They sure
brought the
did.
violence, and I was really excited by the sheer act of the violence that these guys are portraying on each other. I mean, God.
And Garcia definitely had Brian well scouted the whole.
Yes, he did. He had him
The
so
whole
scouted.
The whole time.
And
I was
when
like,
it ended,
man, he's been watching old timing Brian Danielson matches.
yeah. And when it ended, Daniel Bryan hits him with the triangle sleeper and then flexes on him.
Flex.
Garcia submitted. And
Brian
gets
Danielson,
up.
the power man.
Brian gets up, grabs the mic, and he says, "Was he violent enough?"
Yes,
And
I
the
say.
crowd was saying yes. Like, shit, yeah, he was violent enough. And then after he said that, he was like, he bent down and talked to Garcia, and 2.0 come out and attack Brian Danielson.
Focus gold, goddamn it! They're at it again with their
And I
shenanigans.
know where you hear Wild Thing play. And everyone's looking around. Everyone's looking around, and Moxley comes from outside, from through the crowd, like he does all the time. Gets in the ring, and he shit cans both guys. One of the 2.0 guys didn't want to go out. He grabbed him and tossed him out of the ring, and he just wouldn't fucking go. I was like,
no,
dude,
don't do
go.
it. I don't want to let go.
Yeah. So he threw the other dude over, and he grabs one guy, and he hits him with the fucking paradigm shift. Oh my god, it was so stiff. So
many
I was like,
stiffness.
I was like, he broke fucking Garcia's neck with that.
And rewind earlier tonight, I noticed that Hangman did a stiff cowboy buckshot lariat.
That buckshot lariat, yeah.
Yeah, on Kyle O'Reilly. I was like,
it turned him inside out.
Uh-huh.
So Moxley stands there, and Danielson grabs the mic, and again he looks at him and says, "This is the crowd was just going crazy. This is awesome. This is awesome." He goes, "I don't need a chair to make anybody bleed." He throws a chair down. You want a match at Revolution? You got it. But don't be surprised if you're the only one bleeding.
Bleeds first.
And him and Mox are standing there staring at each other as we go off the air.
I have a feeling this is going to get turned into a first blood match.
I have a feeling. No, I don't think it's going to turn into a first blood match. I think this is going to be a very violent, someone's going to the hospital, knock on wood, match.
Yep.
So,
and man, Revolution looks so stacked right now.
It's such a stack.
We're having like somewhat former WWE guys and AEW guys on the same card all at once, and it's pretty great.
Also, AEW is hitting the West Coast, coming back to Las Vegas for 3 nights.
I actually might want to go to that.
Yeah, I'm going to get together with Adam Woods, Adam According to Woods here on the podcast, as well as my boy Chemical Julian.
Oh my God, we have to do a meetup. Shoot.
Your boy Shane Husky, Alexis Amore, LTP, just a gang of people that in the Vegas area. Let's go. Let's make it a fucking AEW Dynamite party.
Yeah, we can do a live AEW Revolution. Double or Nothing predictions.
You know what? I should talk to Righteous Reg. He lives in Oakland, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to come down to AEW Dynamite.
Oh my God!
And just can you imagine?
I'm just hoping that it won't sold out, just so I can save
tickets don't go on sale until March 4th.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my taxes to come in. That's the thing I want to do with my taxes to get go to Double or Nothing.
It's going to be awesome. It would be
Yeah.
awesome, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an awesome event to have you here.
Wait. What's happening on Sunday? What's happening on Sunday?
Well, we don't want to talk about Sunday right now. We'll talk
Sunday.
about Sunday. We'll talk about Sunday on Friday.
Ah,
That way we'll actually have
Alright.
something good to talk about other than
Yeah.
Rampage. How about we do that?
okay.
Yeah, but I want to give a shout out to my brother. We're going through a loss, a death in the family, and it's been a really rough,
Oof.
a real rough period. And you know, it's not something that we anticipated,
Right.
but we're getting through it the best way possible. And he's the strongest person that I know. So shout out to him. Shout out to the family. Shout out to everyone that has texted, Snapchatted, tweeted, Instagrammed, called, Skyped, duoed, TikTok.
Man, I totally forgot about Skype.
Shit. Well, you know. Anyway, the ones that have done all that stuff, thank you very much for contacting. And yeah, it's been a sitch. But we're doing the most to get through it. So once again, thank you very much for all those kind words.
Thank you for the support and love for Babylon and the family.
Thank you for the support and love. Yeah. Yeah. So fuck. It's been a crazy day.
Yes, it has.
So if you like this hat right here, ladies and gentlemen, this cool stylish hat right here, you can go ahead and go to this website, www.503originals.com. That is www.503originals.com. You can get hats, t-shirts, beanies, hoodies, all that cool shit. It's all good, man. It's going to be cold as fuck here in Portland. 19 degrees tonight, so get yourself a hoodie.
It's 30 degrees over here. It's still cold.
Right. Well, right now it's 29 degrees here, but it's going to be like 19 tonight. If you like the news, if you want to find out all the cool shit, all the sneaky behind the scenes, all that Cody Rhodes news, you might want to find out all the rumors, all the drama, everything you might want to know. You can go to www.bodyslam.net. That is www.bodyslam.net. It is all about the podcast, all about the breaking news, the website, all that cool stuff. You can find out everything. The Roundtable rumor mill, you can find all the rumors, all that cool shit. Bodyslam.net for all your wrestling news needs, man. I'm telling you, Cassidy Haynes and the boys at Bodyslam.net, they kick all the ass to bring you all the special scoops, behind the scenes stuff, and all that cool jazz. Speaking of cool jazz. Speaking of cool jazz, you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is?
What time is it? Oh, yeah.
It is that time, ladies and gentlemen, for us to put over all the cool shit.
Where's fear? Who knows?
So, if you, the listeners, you want to find out where you can hear us,
I want to know.
Along, driving in your car, you can find us.
Just don't try.
On a lot of cool places. Just don't watch on videos.
Yeah.
We're available on Google Podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. And all major podcast platforms, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to watch us on TV, real cool. Xfinity Central TV, Portland, Oregon area, Wednesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Channel 11, Xfinity TV, and Centrally TV, Monday nights, 10 p.m. Channel 22, Xfinity TV, and Channel 8002. Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Channel 23, Xfinity TV, and Channel 8003. Yeah.
Three times.
And if you want to be real cool, you want to be slam-tastic,
if
you want to help us to maintain a variety of professional wrestling and MMA content, you can easily go to www.slamchats.com. That is www.slamchats.com.
Slamchat.com.
Yeah. You can become slam-tastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Slam-tastic. I do.
And you know what else, ladies and gentlemen?
Big beefy man.
We want to thank you very much for joining us here on BodySlam.net, the Roundtable, Pro Wrestling Podcast, AEW Dynamite review. From the dude in the chair, Shane, I have been the franchise player Double B, Bad Blood. We will see you guys on Friday
Oh, with Julian, the return.
with Rampage and with SmackDown.
Oh yeah, wrestling.
With that being said, you guys have a great night, and we will see you when we see